Yes, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Fundamentals of Martial Arts. This is week one. Martial arts, it covers a broad range of activities that involves fighting techniques, physical exercises, and methods of mental discipline, among other skills. Martial arts can be discipline, a fitness regimen, a form of self-defense that's useful for all ages. The martial arts offered myriad benefits for the body and mind. We have types of martial arts. Number one is karate. This covers many styles of self-defense involving kicks, punches, and open-handed chops. It's believed that the word karate was first used in Okinawa, Japan. When a martial artist created a form of martial art that had Chinese influence, kara originated referred to China and karate to Chinese hand. But the Japanese translation for karate is empty hand. As with all martial arts, karate has different levels of rankings, reflecting expertise in karate as well as many other martial arts. They're denoted by belts in different colors, with well-known black belt representing the highest level of expertise. The second one is Jiu-Jitsu. Jiu-Jitsu was developed in China and Japan. This martial art is forerunner of both Aikido and Judo. All three martial arts rely on grappling, a technique that involves fighting in close proximity to your opponent with lots of body contact. It can involve anything from throws to triangle types, hold to taking your opponent to the ground or floor and fighting there. Jiu-Jitsu uses the attacker's momentum to joint locks in which you force your opponent joints, such as an elbow or knee, beyond its normal range of motion, resulting in pain or injury. To restrain the opponent, one variant is what you call the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It relies on choking the opponent and continuing the fighting on the ground. The third one is Aikido. Aikido, like Jiu-Jitsu, is Japanese martial art, meaning the way for harmony. For unification of your objective, Aikido doesn't use kicking and making less use of hand strikes than Jiu-Jitsu. Instead, the practitioner used a lot of turning motions and pushing movements accompanied by joint locks. The fourth one is Judo. This martial art also originated in Japan. Like Jiu-Jitsu and Aikido, it's based largely on grappling, but in this case, with an emphasis on throws and pinning the opponent to the ground. The fifth one is Hapkido. This Korean martial art incorporates a variety of weapons, including belts, rope, and canes. They're used in moves including kicks, joint locks, throws, and hand strikes to the body's pressure points. The sixth is Kung Fu. This Chinese martial arts uses numerous fighting styles, some of them involving acrobatic elements such as flips, jumps, and high kicks. Kung Fu can be loosely divided into two schools, those that focuses on arm work, such as rapid, close-range punching, and those that focuses on acrobatics. With kicks and leg work, some Kung Fu forms encourage the practitioner to be aggressive forceful, while others encourage the yielding model in which you use the attacker's force against him or her. Some schools emphasize a focus on relaxation and visualization techniques. The seven is capoeira. This is Brazilian martial art, was originally developed by Angolan slaves who distinguished the self-defense move as dance. It's very acrobatic with flips, punches, and kicks. The eighth one is Krav Maga, developed by the Israeli Defense Force, or IDF. Krav Maga meaning battle combat in Hebrew. It focuses on hand-to-hand combat with grappling, wrestling, and hand strikes. It also teaches the practitioner to use virtually an ordinary object in the environment. A tree branch, a garbage can lid to help fend off an attacker. Even one who is much larger and heavier, classes are often taught by Israelis who serve in the IDF. The ninth one is Taekwondo. This Korean martial art may be one of the world's oldest. It emphasizes in kicking in particular, though the practice also incorporates the hand strikes, joint locks, throws, and punches. That one is Tai Chi, also known as Tai Chi Chuan. This Chinese martial art involves choreographed slow motion postures. Some form uses a sword or other weapons. It's said that Tai Chi originated when a Chinese monk saw the fluid movements of a crane feeding off a snake and combined the graceful movements with Taoist breathing techniques. In the West today, Tai Chi is usually practiced as a form of exercise rather than a martial art. Okay, so in this subject, we will focus on Judo, Karate, and Aikido because these are kinds of martial arts that are applicable in police works and street defense. So we have top 5 martial arts for law enforcement. The most popular martial arts used worldwide by law enforcement are Filipino martial arts, also known as Arnis, de Mano, Doce Pares, modern Arnis, and etc. We have traditional Jiu-Jitsu, Judo, Aikido, Hapkido, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, first and foremost is Krav Maga, a self-defense system developed for the military in Israel that consists of a wide combination of techniques sourced from boxing, combat sambo, Muay Thai, Wing Chun, Judo, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling, Aikido, and grappling. Along with realistic training, Krav Maga is known for its focus on real-world situations and extremely efficient and brutal counterattacks. So these are the advantages. Krav Maga allows people to protect themselves against all types of threats and attacks. As such, there are few other arts that can be said to be efficient and useful in the street fight of self-defense situation as Krav Maga. The disadvantage in using this techniques used will not always useful when competing against other styles. For example, wrestling or the BJJ. In all sports style matchup, much of what you learn in Krav Maga would be illegal in an MMA fight or sports tournament. So Krav Maga cannot use this for sports. You can only use this for self-defense. Okay, so here I have an example of Krav Maga demonstration. So let's watch. Okay, so you have there an example of pragmata. The next one is Filipino martial arts, also known as the Arnis de Mano, Doce Pares, modern Arnis, or etc. Ancient and newer fighting method devised in the Philippines. It incorporates elements from both Western and Eastern martial arts. The most popular forms of which are known as Arnis, Eskrima, Kali. The intrinsic need for self-preservation was the genesis of the system. Throughout the ages, invaders and evolving local conflict imposed new dynamics for combat in the island now making up the Philippines. The Filipino people developed battle skills as a direct result of an appreciation of their even-changing circumstances. They learned often out of necessity how to prioritize, allocate, and use common resources in combative situations. Filipinos have been heavily influenced by a phenomenon of cultural and linguistic mixture. Some of the specific mechanisms responsible for cultural and martial change extended from phenomena such as war, political and social system, technology, trade, and of course, simply practicality. The advantage of the Arnis FMA have offensive and defensive knife and stick fighting. Filipino are world famous for knife and stick fighting, and their sticks are the same size as police batons. Disadvantage is lack of quality instructors in the West. So if you would see, kukonti lang talaga yung nag-specialize sa mga Filipino martial arts, especially arnis. So I will show you a video regarding arnis.
Quick, quick, real quick, quick. Now this is how you apply. Pow. The inside strike. This bang. This now. Pow. Bring away. One, two, boom. Control. 3, 4. That's it. 5. One, boom. Boom. Then twisting this, twisting that. Kick one, right, one again, 2, that's it, bang, and back, good, good, good. And 1, 2, 3, slap, this, good, right?
Seminar of Bobby Taboada, which is incredible. The guy is as fast as lightning. He's a very nice guy, and I'm happy to be here.
Again, 1, 2, again, good. Very good. 1, 2, down, 6, 1, back again, good. That is for him to move quick. Right. Punch low, punch high, 1, 2, bang, 6 quick, 1 quick. That's it. Play again. Quicker. Now this is magic. Okay. Sometimes you can shoot and disarm. Boom. Once you block it, come back, block it. Boom. That's it. Push that, push that, back that. See? Boom. That's it. See? It's easy. That's it. Number 2.
He's a very great teacher. He will show very good material. And yeah, I like it. I can say, come everybody. It's a good time here.
See? Inside. See? That. See? I am starving that day. Remove that. See? Practice. These are here. This one here. Follow this. Quick. Again. This. Quick. That. 1, 2, 3. Later on, you can do it and push. This is part of the actual start. Here. Boom. This go. So then, 2, quicker. 3, and here, 4, and 5. 1, 2. Switch to the side. To make sure you move nice also, right? Okay? Back. Come on. Come on. Come on. That's it. Move. Come on. That's it. Right, back. Come on. Come on. There. That's it. Good. All right? Try that.
His ball intellect system is great. Really explosive, powerful. There is no bullshit in it. Just the real fighting concept.
Come on. Bang. Come on. Okay. Come on. Play with it. Hit me. Go. Bam. Okay. You like to fight and boom. Right. Boom. That's it. Now, from there, I want you to close your eyes this time. Ready? Just to feel it. Difficult feeling. Smell me, okay? Right, ready? Go. Quick. Quicker. Move. Quick. Move. Quick. Quicker. Move. Quick. Open your eyes. That's it. Got it. That's it. Come back. Disarm it. There it is. Man, I'm good. See me. Bam. 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 Boom.
I will vaporize you all. That's everything.
You know here? Boom. Who's that? Your basic strikes, okay? Basic. All basic. Now I'm going to tell you to lay back. Bam. You need to duck down. Bam. Duck the other side. Bam. Stomach in. Bam. Knees. Bam. And back. Right. Lay back. Bam. Duck. Boom. Shoulder move. Bam. Stomach. Boom. Bang. Quicker. 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 Quick. Touch it back. Forward. Quicker. Then thrust. Quick. All right, I go here. Now sometimes I'm going here. Quicker. Like this, I have to apply with the grouping system. Quicker. Right, again. That's it. Now again. Bam. Okay. Boom. Then I go here. You go like this. That. You're welcome. With respect.
Okay, so you see, it's very effective and efficient. The third one is Brazilian Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, martial art, combat sports, and a self-defense system. It focuses on grappling and especially ground fighting. Brazilian Gracie Jiu-Jitsu is used by law enforcement in the US, Canada, Brazil, and many other countries in the world. In Sao Paulo, Brazil, the police has formed an armed police unit with officers trained in Jiu-Jitsu. This special police unit is called the Tropa do Braco, Troops of Arms. They consist of 140 officers who have trained for a minimum amount of 3 months. Some officers are black belts, while some are still beginners. The Brazilian police took inspiration from the French police who dealt with violence protests in Paris in 2005. In the same way, we want to use less aggressive resources. Emerson Masela Amerivari, police captain, told Ultimo Segundo, who hoped the physical force alone contains the most agitated protesters. This is not the only police or military unit in Brazil that trains the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Famous Pope has many BJJ black belts in their ranks. So the advantage is specialized in ground fighting and in joint locks and chokes. It's perfect for controlling a much larger opponent. Disadvantage, it will rise for of sports. It is hard to find qualified instructors that know the self-defense aspect of the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, so let's watch a video of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu demonstration. Okay, there you go. Example of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, next is Judo, modern martial art, combat, and Olympic sports created in Japan in 1882 by Jigoro Kano. Its most prominent feature is its competitive element. The objective is to either throw or take down an opponent to the ground, immobilize or otherwise subdue an opponent with a pin, or force an opponent to submit a joint lock or a choke. Strikes and thrusts by hands and feet as well. As weapons defense, are a part of judo, but only in prearranged forms and are not allowed in judo competition or free practice. The advantage, great for throws and controlling your opponent. Disadvantage is, since judo originated from Japanese jiu-jitsu, many of the old techniques that were deemed too dangerous have been eliminated for the sports aspects. Okay, so let's have the video for judo. So that's a very intense fight. The next one is Japanese Jiu-Jitsu. Japanese martial art and a method of close combat for defeating an armed and armored opponent, in which one uses no weapon or only a short weapon. Jiu-Jitsu, excuse me, developed to combat the samurai of feudal Japan as a method for defeating an armed and armored opponent, in which one uses no weapon or only a short weapon, because striking against an armored opponent proved ineffective. Practitioners learned that the most effective methods for neutralizing an enemy took the form of pins, joint locks, and throws. These techniques were developed around the principle of using an attacker's energy against him, rather than direct opposing it. Advantage, long tradition, lots of jiu-jitsu schools available. Disadvantage, not focuses on defense versus sticks and knives. So here we have a video of Japanese jiu-jitsu. Okay, there you go. Okay, for your activities, some multiple choice. So, these are your questions. So you may choose if you want to answer the activity 1 or the essay. And kindly submit it. Thank you for watching. God bless.